Hey, what's up everyone? Shaun Murray here. I am currently out on the Centurion RI 245, really fun wake surf boat and for foiling. So if you guys want to go check out the review I did on that, you can go check the link in the description below and just see this boat inside and out, what it's like behind it, inside it. You can check that out. But in front of me, I have the Hyperlight Starship foil setup. On the front, I have a 1500 wing. They have this in a couple different sizes. I really like this setup. This is my favorite setup right now. One of the biggest problems that I hear people having is just getting up on a foil. And the reason is because you are actually riding a wing. You're standing on a board, but you're riding a wing. So the physics are different. Today, I want to give you the 3 major factors that I find give people a lot more success. First off is foot placement. Then next is your rope length. And then after that is the boat start and then the speed once you get going. I'm going to give you 2 steps out on the water, but first off, we're going to talk about foot placement and finding where do you put your feet on these. Here's a mistake that a lot of people make, is the mast they think is that pivot point, like it's a teeter-totter, and so they'll put one foot kind of behind it and then one in front of it. That is way too tail heavy. Where you really should be straddling is the energy or the lift energy. So the lift energy is right here. This is where you're going to feel the board getting lifted up out of the water. And you actually want to be straddling this point. So a good way to do it is just to stand on the back of the boat and go, okay, if I wanted to straddle this lift energy, that's going to mean that my front foot is going to be about here and my back foot is here. You can try to narrow it up, or you could go way wide, but that's essentially where you should be straddling. The other thing is, if you are left foot forward, you don't necessarily want to start with your front foot on the center line. You want to go slightly heel heavy. Here's why. If you watch a video that I teach people how to get up on a foil, if you're left foot forward, go left, like nearly 90 degrees, with the boat going very slowly. And because you're going left, if you stand on the center line, the board a lot of times is going to want to take off going to the right. So take that front foot and slightly go to the heel side. So straddle the energy, slightly heel side with your front foot, and your back foot can stay on the center line. Let's get in the water. Okay, so if you need to figure out how to get up on a foil, go check that out in the video where I go over all those little tips and tricks to get you to this point. Current speed, 11.2 miles an hour, 0 ballast, and I've got the rope at 45 feet. Here's why. So what you want to do is you want to start to feel the energy, and the reason this rope length works well is I'm at the end of this number 1 wave. This is 45 feet behind this boat. If I were too long, I'd be out in that valley, or I could go all the way out to the second wave, but I find that's almost a little harder than this. Here's why. You want to start to feel the shape of the energy. So start down low, away from the power, fly close to it. I can kind of feel it here, but I'm duck diving under the power right now. That's another video. But all I have to do is just start to bring it up, and I'm gonna feel that energy, and then I get off. And the rope's gonna start to go tight, nice and gentle. This time I'm gonna stay a little bit higher, and then I'm gonna fly towards the energy. And now I feel it right away, and then I get off. Go back down low, come over to the energy, start to pop up. There's more of that power, and then get off. So the wave, here's the thing you want to understand is wave energy is a rolling cylinder of water. So what happens is lifting up and forward. So as it starts to lift you up, you need to push on the front, and that's where acceleration comes from. Be careful doing this, because as you're learning, you could get caught up in that slack. So that's why I suggest stay way out here. Stay out, fly about mid-mast, start to go over, you'll feel it under the wing, get off of it. Cut back over a little bit lower. Let's start to see where you get that lift. I come up, there's that speed, and you can actually ride right up on top of it. You don't necessarily want to do it at this point when you're starting to feel the shape, but this is what you're going for, is standing on top of that cylinder. And pop it back up. That is where you want to start on that rope length. That is why. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about the boat start and how it can really play a role. Okay, so what we're going to do here, I'm going to show you how the boat driver can actually make it harder. So right now, this is a slow speed. And what happens is this is where, hold it right there, Ryan. Yep, that's it. So this is the stall speed. So if I try to let's see if I can. So this is where the wing is trying to fly, but what happens is it's stalling, so it starts to go tail down. and it's gonna do this bounce. So if the driver thinks they're helping you, they actually wanna get through the stall speed. So once you're in this position and you're like, okay, I'm flying, now they kind of need to quickly get up to that 11 to 11 and a half, whatever speed that you fly at. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Go ahead, Ryan. Go, go, go. That's what I want, right there. And it quickly cleans up. So you kind of want to go from that boat going nice and easy. And once you feel that wing engage, get through that stall speed. Don't hang out there too long, or otherwise the board will bounce. Simple as that. Now getting right into the next thing, the speed of the boat, the size of the wave, a lot of different factors, the size of your wing. The bigger the wing, usually the slower speed you can go. But what happens is when you're down slow, water becomes softer and the wing kind of opens up, meaning you can get this to carve around nice and easy. As we go faster, the water becomes much more dense and locks that wing in, and you don't get to carve as aggressively. So if you're on a big wing and you want to move around and feel like the water's a bit more gentle, just slow down. This is a Hyperlite 1500. The speed right now is 11.2 miles an hour. Still zero ballast, plenty of energy. Watch this, if I get up here, plenty of speed, okay, no problem. But this is 11.2, and I'm not giving it like 100%, but like I'm trying to move it around. And you can see 11.2 miles an hour, here's the rhythm. All the way down to 10. Now the water's gonna soften up. I think this wing will fly considerably below 10, but watch the rhythm now. And I can feel it. I don't know how much you can see it, but the water softens up. A little slower, 9.5, 9.5. So here's why that speed is really gonna play a role. So here's 9 miles an hour. You can see it's like much softer. Okay, now let's crank it up. Go up to like 12.5. So watch what happens at 12.5. I have to ride this pretty high. This is zero ballast, okay? Now at 12.5, I'm trying to, it's feeling much more like it's on a rail, like on train tracks. And I'm trying to crank it, and it's just feeling, because of the density of water. So it's all to say, speed makes a really big difference in how the wing feels. So when you're learning, you can tend to keep it slower, but get through that stall speed. Well, hopefully those three factors between your foot placement, that rope length, and then the boat start and speed have helped you guys have some more success. So let me know below how it goes for you. If you got more questions and comments on anything, feel free to do that. I always appreciate it when you guys like and share. It means the world to me because I love doing this stuff, and the more that it gets out there, the more that I get to. So thank you. If you guys don't subscribe, maybe consider doing that. You can also hit the notification bell so you know when videos are going live, and no matter what you're doing, always enjoy your ride. Peace.